The time by Sagicor is
7 p.m.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
I love waking up every day in this country. This is where I was born and raised. I have such a passion for my country, and for me this is home. In Jamaica, lots of people, they look at just like beach, sea, sand, but our mountains are something to behold. It's majestic up there, and it's a different type of peace. It's a different type of lifestyle completely. I could mention many different places that are amazing, but the one thing I do love about Jamaica as well is that you can find that relaxation, you can find that chill in your backyard. Apart from it being an incredibly...
Let's delve deep into the issue.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, more to come. Sea-Talk inspector and soldier charge, or could face more charges rather, as police probe strong leads. Another delay. Murder trial of former PNP Member of Parliament Jolyon Silvera pushed back. Body worn back and forth. Opposition, government and JCF spar over body worn cameras. In small biz, big dreams, a belt maker thriving despite his disability. And in sports, Jamaican Brandon King to lead the Windies in upcoming T20 series. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7 for Monday, January 12, 2026. I'm Nika Lewis. Thanks for joining us. Up first this evening, more people could be charged as police investigators continue their probe into two major operations currently underway. In the first case, 36-year-old JDF soldier Odine Lawrence is charged with conspiracy to traffic prohibited weapons and unauthorized possession of ammunition. This after detectives assigned to the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division (FNID) seized 28 firearms and more than 6,000 rounds of ammunition at the Kingston Logistics Center. In the second matter, Police Inspector Martin Walker has now been formally charged after officers seized more than 12 pounds of cocaine valued at over $30 million, along with a firearm, ammunition, a police ID and a cell phone last week. He's scheduled to appear in court on Wednesday. Director of FNID Senior Superintendent Patray Rowe told CVM News investigators are following strong leads in both cases and additional charges could be laid.
We are minded to allow the information and intelligence to lead us where it's leading us. The investigation is pursuing. We are hopeful that we will be making other arrests in both cases. We are pursuing investigative leads that may result in additional charges and additional persons being arrested. So we are pursuing those investigations.
Additional charges in both cases?
I mean, there is opportunity for additional charges as more information becomes available. In our experience, that is normal, and we are minded to lay those charges once we have sufficient evidence to substantiate them.
In the meantime, SSP Rowe says it is to the credit of law enforcement that members within its ranks have been arrested and charged on serious criminal matters. SSP Rowe insists the arrests and charge of 36-year-old soldier Odine Lawrence on firearm and ammunition charges and 51-year-old police inspector Martin Walker on cocaine and firearm charges is an indication that no one is above the law.
We are willing to do whatever it takes to interdict or arrest or charge people within department, especially those sensitive departments in which the public have invested significant trust. It's a credit to CTAC that we are able to continue to remove persons who we believe have been compromised. It's a credit to the JCF to exert the willingness to pursue those we believe are compromised. For any entity to preserve its integrity, it needs to go through continuous renewal to ensure that those who do not need to be there are removed from there. And that's what CTAC is going through.
In the meantime, the trial of former People's National Party Member of Parliament for St. Mary Western, Julian Silvera, who is charged for the murder of his wife, has been pushed back to February 2 in the gun court. The trial, which was slated to start today before Chief Justice Brian Sykes, was delayed after the defense made an application for the examination of critical ballistic material, which the laboratory had initially opposed facilitating but has now accepted. The 52-year-old businessman was arrested and charged on January 18, 2024 with murder and has been in custody since following the shooting death of his wife Melissa in November 2023. She was found dead in the couple's home in Stony Hill, St. Andrew on November 10, 2023. It was initially reported that the 42-year-old woman had died in her sleep from natural causes. However, an autopsy performed 3 weeks after her death revealed that she had died from gunshot wounds. 3 bullet fragments were found inside her body, leading the police to commence a murder investigation. King's Counsel Peter Champagny and attorney at law Patrice Riley are representing Silvera. Still in the court, attorney John Clark, who represents Tesha Miller, the alleged leader of a faction of the Klansman gang, says an adjournment of the long-awaited trial of 25 alleged gang members may become unavoidable despite the presiding judge's reluctance to delay the matter. Clark made the submission last Friday before Justice Dale Palmer when the case was called up in the Home Circuit Court Division of the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. The trial, which was scheduled to begin on January 7, did not get underway because of outstanding material that the defense says is critical to the case. While noting that Justice Palmer has indicated he is not inclined to grant the adjournment being sought by the prosecution, Clark argued that several unresolved issues could ultimately demand a postponement.
Today, in Court 1 at the Home Circuit Court, Honorable Mr. Dale Palmer announced his decision in relation to an application that the Crown had made for an adjournment of the trial of Mr. Miller until April 2026. The Honorable Justice indicated that the trial would be adjourned until February and not April as the Crown had requested, and the trial is expected to start on the 2nd of February 2026. I'm sure that both the defense and the prosecution is hoping that justice in this particular case will be done and will also be seen to be done. So therefore, both parties will be preparing over the period of the next 3 weeks for the relevant trial, and we look forward to the issues being properly ventilated and justice being done in relation to this matter. My name is John Clark, and I am one of the attorneys on behalf of Mr. Tesha Miller.
Concerns are again mounting about the non-use of body-worn cameras by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, particularly amid a rise in police fatal shootings since the start of 2026. Opposition spokesman on national security Fitz Jackson says transparency and accountability are critical when lives are lost during police operations. Akeem Aret reports.
The opposition People's National Party is again questioning the Jamaica Constabulary Force's use of body-worn cameras as the country continues to record police fatal shootings since the start of 2026. Opposition spokesperson on national security Fitz Jackson says when individuals are killed under what he describes as questionable circumstances, transparency and accountability must be paramount.
It is a major aid in protecting the integrity of the police officers who are engaged in these situations. Because when there are suspicions, when there are claims against the police would need the cameras to vindicate their own action. So it's not about against the police. I think the body-worn cameras are a tool to protect the police and their integrity and their reputation.
While Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness made the announcement in the House of Representatives on December 9 that Cabinet approved the procurement of more than 1,000 body-worn cameras for the JCF, concerns remained about implementation. According to Mr. Jackson, the discussion around body-worn cameras has gone on for far too long. He argues that the continued failure to ensure their consistent operational use raises question about the government's sincerity in fully implementing the program.
We should not be having a conversation 2 years down the road about body-worn cameras to come into being. The conversation around cameras should be about how effective they have been, whether they're turning them on or not. What is the protocol that exists for them? Those would be more germane conversations to have at this time, after 2 years of giving an undertaking that it would be in place.
Mr. Jackson further notes that while equipment is being procured, specific interim measures must be put in place to ensure officers are held accountable during operations where force is used.
I would want, not for me exclusively, but the entire Jamaica to know what are the protocols that will obtain for the use of body cameras by JCF members in operation.
The opposition is calling for mandatory use policies, clear consequences for non-compliance, and greater oversight to strengthen public trust and reduce fatal encounters. Reporting for CVM News, I'm Akeem Art.
In the meantime, Chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party's Communication Task Force, Senator Abka Fitz-Henley, is accusing the PNP of presenting what he calls an imbalanced and unfair perspective on the dangers faced daily by members of the security forces. He argues that the risks confronted by police and soldiers are often downplayed in public commentary.
All well-thinking Jamaicans should welcome news of the seizure by the JCF of 28 illegal guns and approximately 6,000 bullets, which criminals attempted to import into the island. The developments show that the security forces are willing to go after anyone, regardless of their station, who attempt to bring dangerous weapons into this country. I'm of the view as well that the seizure places into context the imbalanced nature of some of the commentary in the public domain, including from the opposition spokesman on national security, Fitz Jackson, concerning the dangers which police face as they seek to keep us safe and secure.
And the Jamaica Constabulary Force is dismissing claims of resistance to accountability, stating that body-worn cameras remain a central pillar of its transformation and modernization agenda. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, in a statement just before 5 p.m. this afternoon, provided an update on the procurement and rollout of body-worn cameras, describing the move as a major step in strengthening accountability and transparency within the force. The JCF says it has received 1,000 body-worn cameras despite delays caused by the devastation of Hurricane Melissa. The Axon body camera, 3 devices, are currently being deployed, with priority given to police formations that have high levels of interaction with members of the public. In addition, the force has revealed that procurement is now underway for a further 1,000 body-worn cameras, with plans for acquisition and deployment during the next financial year. The JCF says the use of body-worn cameras creates an objective and verifiable record of police-citizen interactions, helping to protect the rights of the public while also safeguarding officers who operate within the law. The devices are expected to reduce false allegations, assist in resolving disputes through evidence, and strengthen professional oversight. According to the JCF, the initiative is expected to enhance transparency, reinforce public confidence, and deepen trust in policing across Jamaica. With that, we take a break. Do stay with us.
This season is the time. Digital is gifting smile. Gift a smile. Gift a smile. Gift a smile. Digicel is gifting smiles this season. 64 lucky customers will win $250,000 cash, and the third two getting $50,000 in groceries. You can also win Samsung tablets, furniture vouchers, and so much more. Best part, you can keep your prize or re-gift all our partners to someone who really needs a smile. This season isn't just about winning, it's about making sure everybody good. Cash Digital in your community, bringing gifts and good cheer to keep you smiling into the new year.
Do you recognize the signs of dengue? Look out for these symptoms: high fever, severe headaches, joint and muscle pain, skin rash, nausea, and pain behind the eyes. If you experience these symptoms, rest, stay hydrated, and take paracetamol for pain relief. If symptoms persist beyond 3 days or worsen, such as persistent vomiting, severe abdominal pain, or difficulty breathing, seek medical attention immediately. Early treatment can save lives. Know the signs, act fast, together we can beat dengue. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and PAHO.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Still in the local segment, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, is ramping up public education on earthquake preparedness, even as the island continues to recover from Hurricane Melissa. It comes as Jamaica is now observing Earthquake Awareness Week until January 17. Carla Ramdeen reports.
Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, says it has put measures in place to strengthen earthquake management. Director General Commander Alvin Gale says the agency has intensified drills in schools, businesses, and hotels.
I would have been training for shelter managers in earthquake-specific procedures. We'd also certified these persons in the earthquake procedures. We'd have looked at training emergency response teams and engage with the local media, to include the GIS, to ensure that clear guidance on how to operate before, during, and after earthquakes has been disseminated to the public at large. We continue to expand and will continue to expand into this season awareness campaigns in schools and all across sector to ensure that national preparedness is at a high.
Public Education Officer, Jamaica Fire Brigade, Emilia Ebanks, says the Jamaica Fire Brigade is focusing on educating Jamaicans about what to do before, during, and after an earthquake. Mr. Ebanks warns that many homes do not have a disaster plan and is encouraging families to tailor plans used at their workplaces for their homes.
You want to make sure that you have a first aid kit in there. You want to make sure you have a flashlight, a battery-powered radio. We would have seen the importance of that over the past 2 months since the passage of Hurricane Melissa, because some persons are still without electricity and they know the importance of a battery-powered radio, as difficult as it may be to find. And one of the things I want to point out to persons that you must have in that kit is a sounding device. You want to have something that can make some kind of sound in the event that you are trapped and you need to be rescued. So search and rescue teams will know that this is a sound outside of the ordinary and they will come towards you.
Mr. Ebanks explains that after an earthquake, the brigade advises doing a head count outside to ensure everyone is safe, while one person should call emergency services only if necessary, stressing that unnecessary calls should be avoided.
If there is a need and you need to call the Jamaica Fire Brigade, then you can do so by calling 110, or, as I always ask persons, know the number for your nearest fire station. If you notice when you are doing a visual check of your surrounding that you are seeing cracks, stress factors in your walls, for example, these are things that are signs of collapse. Now, a lot of persons might ask, how do I know if the crack is fresh? A simple way of testing, run your finger along the crack. If you're seeing dust, more than likely it is very fresh. So if you look around your window, for example, and you see an opening along the side of the window, then some shifting would have taken place. Maybe liquefaction is imminent, so you need to get yourself out and you need to call the rescue services.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Meanwhile, don't get complacent. That's the warning from an earthquake expert this evening, who says the country's relative quiet in recent years should not be mistaken for safety. The expert explains that while Jamaica has not experienced a major earthquake in some time, seismic activity remains a real threat. And a significant quake is not a matter of if, but when.
1907. The last time Jamaica was shaken to its core, a magnitude 6.5 earthquake flattened Kingston, killing over 1,000 people and more than 10,000 homeless. The island has not recorded an earthquake of that magnitude since then. But according to Executive Director of the Mona Geoinformatics Institute at the University of the West Indies, Mona, Luke Buchanan, the possibility of the country experiencing another quake of that scale is not impossible.
You see, the thing about earthquakes, it is always earthquake season, right? It's earthquake season is from January 1 to December 31st every year. So we have to be prepared. It is possible to get a significant earthquake, anything above the magnitude of 6. We have not had anything significant in many decades. That does not mean that we should get complacent.
Now, Jamaica averages over 200 quakes per year. In 2025, around 500 were recorded.
But most of these earthquakes are minor. The one that was experienced on October, and there's something about October, right? October 30, 2023 was a magnitude 5.4, and that there are several people, especially in eastern Jamaica, that was impacted significantly. So most of them are very non-significant based on its measurement on the Richter scale, which is a scale that is used to measure earthquake intensity.
Mr. Buchanan says he's concerned that aside from modern structures, Jamaica's buildings were not constructed to withstand earthquakes.
What we have in the future now, in the current day, what we're seeing is that we have more sturdy buildings and people are more educated. But if we should get a particular earthquake, let's say the magnitude of 6 and beyond, there could be significant impact.
It's why he's urging the public not to take earthquake preparedness lightly.
We do have enough information to prepare for earthquakes. We have institutions like ODPEN and as well as the earthquake unit at the University of the West Indies. I think one of the areas that might be lacking are those public campaigns.
Amoy Harriet for CVM News.
In other news now, months after Hurricane Melissa tore through parts of the island, the National Solid Waste Management Authority says it is intensifying its cleanup efforts. The agency has now deployed a specialized unit to deal exclusively with the massive volume of storm debris left behind. Kevin Black reports.
Hurricane Melissa generated an unprecedented level of debris across Jamaica, with estimates placing the figure at nearly 500,000 loads. Executive Director at the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Audley Gordon, says teams have been overwhelmed with cleaning in the hardest hit western parishes.
I am the first to admit that as a company, as an authority, we were never prepared for anything like this. but we have to play the hand that we are dealt. So immediately after the hurricane, within minutes, we activate within the realm of our resources, available resources, we activate responses to clear main roads.
As cleanup efforts continued, the authority determined it could not manage both regular garbage collection and hurricane debris removal using the same operational structure. This led to the establishment of a dedicated debris management unit.
Because the scope of this particular debris management project requires a kind of administrative and operational focus that would be very distracting and in fact destabilizing of the regular domestic garbage collection operation.
Mr. Garden says the team has been reinforced with additional trucks, private contractors, heavy-duty equipment and laborers, while partnerships with scrap metal dealers aim to recycle much of the debris and create jobs in affected communities.
So what we actually do is build out another temporary operational unit called the debris management unit, and this will be exclusively focused on managing on a day-to-day the debris that's out there.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
And after the passage of Hurricane Melissa, a massive pileup of garbage, including fallen trees, large stones and shrubs, blocked the access of the Orchard Beach located in Hopewell, Hanover. Residents living in Hopewell and its environs are sleeping easier this evening after a beach cleaning initiative. Druselle Mills has the details.
The Orchard Beach, which has an history for white sand and crystal water, is also the only stretch of free beach in and around Hopewell, Hanover. Its beauty was, however, hidden by debris following Hurricane Melissa. Movement and enjoyment of the beach had been restricted due to a massive pileup of fallen trees, large stones and shrubs. Community stakeholders organized a cleanup.
This beach is very important to the Hopewell community, and over time we have seen it deteriorate. We have some past persons like Mr. Eva Samuels and those guys who had set the trend and they had kept the beach clean, so we saw it fit to bring back the beach to its natural look, and better.
Craig Oates, who organized the initiative, also added the cleanup was going well until
then the December rough sea came in, and believe me, it was horrible. Like, you couldn't see the sand on the beach. So, we got together again and we got it clean, and we're proud because persons, not just in Hopewell but in the surrounding areas around the environment, they utilize and use this beach.
He says proper development of the Orchard Beach would be an asset to the community. Druselle Mills for CVM News.
In St. Thomas, it's signaling a bold new era of urban renewal, starting with a facelift for one of its landmarks. The local sustainable and development plan for the parish includes the renovation of the Rudolph Elder Park. Coming to Morant Bay is a new monument and storyboard, along with its historical underpinnings, set to give the renowned Emancipation Park, quote, a run for its money. Crystal Williams tells us more.
The road is now clear for massive renovations at Rudolph Elder Park in Morant Bay, St. Thomas. The renovations come after the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation and the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development concluded their final site inspection last week. Kevin McIndo is the Chief Executive Officer of the corporation.
The objective is to do a total redevelopment of this park.
A mural and a storyboard of Rudolph Elder are among new amenities park visitors will enjoy.
Some of the features that will be included in this park include a jogging trail, a concessionary area, and a newly redeveloped bathroom. And basically, it will be our version of the Emancipation Park in Kingston.
He says the expectation is that the project will be brought to tender before the end of the fiscal year.
This project will be financed by the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development. because we would have added additional features based on today's site visit, we await the engineers to finalize.
Crystal Williams, CVM News.
Stay with us. More after these.
Value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the chicken box combo for just $680. KFC.
The time by KFC is.
This season is the time. Digital is gifting smile. Gift a smile. Gift a smile. Gift a smile. Digital is gifting smiles this season. 64 lucky customers will win $250,000 cash, and the third two getting $50,000 in groceries. You can also win Samsung tablets, furniture vouchers, and so much more. Gift this pack, you can keep your prize, or you gift all our partners to someone who really needs a smile. This season isn't just about winning, it's about making sure everybody good. Cash digital in your community, bringing gifts and good cheer to keep you smiling into the new year.
No frills, just great prices at Courts. We don't just talk about it, we got it. Get the best in quality and prices on appliances, electronics, furniture, and much more. That's not all. Get up to 40% off select items. Shop today, pay later with Courts Ready Finance. It's no frills, just great prices. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Conditions apply. Offers end January 31st, 2026.
If you're a woman in business, it's time to go bigger.
Your ambition is calling, and Horizon for Women in Business is answering.
Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services designed for women entrepreneurs to unlock the capital you need to grow and take your business beyond limits. With quick approval, flexible repayment, and low interest rates, your success is on the horizon.
Call us now. The funds are waiting.
Your success is on the horizon.
Thanks so much for staying with us. In this edition of Small Biz, Big Dreams, our reporter Kevin Black introduces us to a halfway tree vendor whose daily routine is shaped by adaptation, persistence, and customer connection in one of the country's busiest commercial hubs.
Tonight on Small Biz, Big Dreams, we're in Halfway Tree St. Andrew, meeting entrepreneur Mark Stevens, a belt vendor who has built a steady business in one of Kingston's busiest commercial areas, despite working with the use of one hand. This is Small Biz, Big Dreams. For many years, Mark Stevens has operated in Halfway Tree, selling belts and other items to a constant flow of commuters and shoppers moving through the area. Working with one hand, Mark has adapted his process from setting up his display to assisting customers and making each sale.
I do it because I try to get my children them on track to for education, and that was the only way we could get in them on track, yeah man. See them got good education, and I go to school good, well, not even a good school, but to give them a good education. Not because me have one hand. Me have things where me can do things, yeah. Cause me sew, Me sew. I used to sew like belt, underpants, and knapsack.
Mark says success in Halfway Tree is about more than product. It's about consistency, interaction, and trust. He adds that paying attention to quality and variety keeps people coming back.
Mr. So, I used to sew like belt, underpants, and knapsack. Yeah, me have some belt, cause a belt I really like. Belt, shorts.
Beyond the daily sales, Mark says his business carries responsibility, providing for his household, covering expenses, and helping to educate his children.
My daughter then, I try to give them education that they can help themselves. When them grow up, yeah, me have a daughter who she's a lawyer, a QC lawyer too. Yeah? When she left Alpha, she have 13 CXC, 8 kids, and one boy left him. Yeah. And me I try for him say he want to be an engineer.
Next week, we return to Halfway Tree to meet Alicia, another Jamaican entrepreneur overcoming challenges and turning limitations into opportunity. Until then, for Small Biz, Big Dreams, I'm Kevin Black.
Here now is Michael Paul with social media.
What's trending online today? A series of engagement video posted at the start of 2026 has sparked debate across social media. Several newly engaged women shared videos capturing their reactions to surprise proposals. Many showing visible excitement, screaming, jumping, and celebrating the moment with friends who helped set it up. However, one woman has since gone viral after posting a response video questioning those reactions, asking why women are acting like this over what she described as just a man. She went on to describe the women in the videos as man-centered, a comment that has fueled mixed reactions online, with some users agreeing while others strongly disagree. Let's take a look at your reactions. At Nickname comments, just a small question. So if you just stand up and look pa me ring, I'm a man with no expression at all. At Tamara One Daughter says, to be honest, a man doesn't have to be the center of your life for you to get excited about a proposal. Some of us will never be proposed to. Let people get excited for their proposal, their gifts, their happiness. What excites them may not excite you, and that's okay. At Authentic shares, before I got my first bouquet of roses, I literally always wondered why females behaved like that too, without judging. Girl, when I actually got the roses, it does something to my soul that I cannot fully express. It's the same thing plus more. When I got engaged in September of this year, I was bawling unexpectedly, and I've never asked for neither. It's a very beautiful feeling, I tell you. At Jordi Alika says, I'm not one to overtly be happy or overreact when big things happen to me. I wouldn't even jump or scream or cry about getting a new car or a house because I'm accustomed to things, but my dear, I will never police people and their emotions because I don't know their story and how they got from point A to B. At Mills's Life stated, it's not just a man, it's their man. Let people be happy. And that's what's trending on social media today. Continue to share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV and CVM_television on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Michael Paul.
Time now for regional and international news.
We begin with the news in the region. The top brass of Antigua and Barbuda's military is keeping a close eye on potential spillover from the ongoing situation in Venezuela, including the risk of mass migration and the movement of drugs and weapons. Chief of Defense Staff Brigadier Telbert Benjamin says regional heads have been meeting on the unfolding situation. More from ABS TV News.
Among those, some would have been mentioned already, the issue of possible mass migration related issues, possible movement of transnational related issues, whether it be narcotics, whether it be weapon systems. We have paid particular attention to those and looked at strategies that we can address those issues in particular.
On the international scene, President Donald Trump says Iranian leaders have contacted the U.S. to negotiate as he considers taking military action in the country in